folks. It's a scientific fact that Annika's first failure was because there wasn't enough crowd participation. So, illustrate, I expect more of you on this next attempt by Annika Newell here in just a minute or so. It's 4 meters 33, 14 feet, 2.5 inches.
So Newell, the Olympic rings tattooed on her hip, among a few other tattoos. Pretty common for Olympians to get that insignia, the rings, permanently put on their body, because once an Olympian, always an Olympian. There's no such thing as a former Olympian. You are an Olympian. Annika Newell, second attempt now, 14.2.5. She wants a faster clap than the earlier ones. She just wants it on beat with the music. She's feeling it. We'll see if she can tackle this 14.2.5 bar. Attempt number 2 coming up for Newell. And that'll be a clearance for her. Got that dialed in, as these technicians frequently do. With the advent of all this high-resolution video, they can slow it down and watch it all, and the ability to mentally make those changes as an athlete, running at those speeds and throwing their bodies that far into the air. You see Newell taking a look at the video coverage. She wants to see where that plant was, where her foot strike was, where her hands were, what everything was doing, just to make sure she'd be the best she can be today, right here on Beale Street in Memphis. If you're just joining us, welcome to the pole vault competition, street pole vault, right here on Beale Street. Among all the BB King paraphernalia and the ribs and everything else that you can possibly picture about Memphis is happening right here within a 3-block radius of where we sit today, and people are walking the streets with their beverages in hand, enjoying the hot heat. Perhaps a little bit of hot heat in some of those ribs, but for many of them too, just enjoying the sun as it is starting to set a little bit. About 6:30 here in Memphis. Bar will be moving up now to 4 meters 48. That's 14.825.
Leads the competition because she has no failures, and this will be a personal best should she clear it.
And presume they're discussing world peace. There's such hot political topics and over a beverage, and then now that we've returned our attention to the pole vault, as Hoke misses on her first attempt. So that's her first miss of the entire competition. She was clear on her first attempts at 4:03, 4:18, and 4:33. So now at 4:48, that was attempt number 1. Now just remember, this would be a new lifetime best for Hoke.
Hey, you know what else is running Saturday? There's some high school kids, some 16-year-old, they were in the Olympics last year from Maryland, that blanking on his name.
Back to the runway we go here for first attempts for Timberg, and following her will be Newell. But Timberg looks so good on that opening height. I assume she's using the same pole for this next height. Because generally speaking, in the pole vault, they don't use the same pole for every single height. As they go up and up and up, they need a stiffer and stiffer pole, which is what gives them the ability to go higher. But that stiffer and stiffer pole becomes harder and harder to manipulate, and which is sort of the deciding factor as to why some people can get to a certain height and they just do not have the strength or the ability to manipulate the stiffer pole. I'm going to get this straight. The stiffer pole as the bar goes up. So, miss number 1 for Timber.
And then next on the runway, we'll see.
But Timberg will have 2 more attempts at this height, 14.8 1/4. Again, this is 4 meters 48. Well below Timberg's personal best, but right above Gabby Hoke's personal best.
It's a small to medium female giraffe, and just below the height of a London double decker bus. Once we get towards the end of this competition, it will be the upper end of the female giraffe, and then the men will approximately be jumping male giraffe heights. Because giraffe heights are important.
So Newell had a little bit of trouble on her opening vault. Missed once at 4:33, 14.2 1/2. She made it on her second attempt after she got the crowd into it here. Asking for that same help again here at 4:48, 14.8 1/4. Can she be the first over the bar? Let's see if she can do it. Oh, and just a grazing of it up over the top. She had the speed, she had the height, just brushed her chest right against the bar on the way down, taking the bar with her.
If you're just arriving here and wondering what's going on, you're watching the professional women's program. This is day 1 of the Murphey Classic. The hurdle and the road mile is taking place here. The rest of our action with dozens of Olympians takes place tomorrow at University of
So you see Hoke there on the runway, just slightly adjusting her starting point, her just little piece of tape she put down on the runway so she knows right where she wants to start her approach. So 3 ladies up, 3 misses here at 4:48, 14.8 1/4. To kind of put this into some amount of context, personal best from Chloe Timberg is 4:71, so considerably higher when she won the NCAA championships in 2024. That's what she cleared. And Annika Newell, she herself has cleared 4:70. That was during an indoor meet, so very comparable. And if you're a track nerd like myself, you know that World Athletics no longer separates the value of a competition or a performance, whether it be indoor or outdoor. Gabby Hoke now on the runway, second attempt at 4:48, 14.8 1/4. And boy, does she carry some speed. She'll have 1 more go at 4:48.
Next up on the runway, we'll have Chloe Timberg, NCAA champion from last year. 4-time Big Ten champion at Rutgers. Her first time here at the Murphey Classic.
Timberg on the runway, representing the Philly Jumps Club. Fired up and ready to go. Got the hat on, covering those eyes as it is quite bright as they're running straight into the setting sun here. Second attempt at 14.8 1/4. And she's going to take a bit of a run through.
White flag. She did not cross the plane as well, so we're still good.
Well, she didn't cross the plane. I think she's asking if she's still good to go. So she still has time on the clock. So she can still make 1 more attempt here, and she can try to approach. Just getting mentally set.
All right, Chloe Timberg, attempt number 2, 4:48.
So this is still attempt number 2. She did not break the plane when she went through before. And Chloe Timber goes clear. She knew she could do that. She just had to get recalibrated a little bit.
All right, so Chloe's the only one clear up this match so far. Next we'll see Annika take her second attempt. This is 4:48, 14 feet 8 1/4 inches. Annika's a three-time Olympian for Canada.
That means Annika Newell and Gabby Hoke still in the competition. First up, Annika Newell. This is attempt number 2 for her at 4:48, 14.8 1/4. She wants to clap it on the beat. She's feeling it. Let's see if that energy can propel her up and over the bar. Here goes Newell. And just missing again. Ever so close for Annika Newell. She knows she's got this, though. I know what's going through her mind. She's just got a couple of adjustments to make, and then she can do it.
Right behind her is wave 3 of the World Mile is about to start.
Well, Annika Newell, she'll have one shot remaining, but next up on the runway is a third attempt now for Gabby Hoke. She's having an awesome day out there, as I just overheard Serenity out there on the PA talking about Pretty in Pink, just feeling it. Outside of the collegiate season, she's competing in just her own clothes out there. No Kansas jersey for Hoke today. Third attempt at 4:48. This would be a new lifetime best should she clear. So that'll be it for Hoke today. Valiant attempt at 4:48. Would have been an 8-centimeter lifetime best. But a great competition for her, nevertheless. And a first-timer in Memphis, as she just noted to Serenity there on the infield. A great competition. Clearly a Kansas connection here, where their coach must have brought out a number of athletes for this post-collegiate season competition, one of the last competitions domestically here in the United States before we get to the U.S. Championships later on in the summer. When I say that, it's really just later on this month as we're heading into the final days. And the reason that the U.S. Championships and the season kind of being so later in the summer is the World Championships in Tokyo are not till late September. And that's due to how hot and humid it really gets over there. And so we usually try to do our U.S. Championships about a month out, at minimum, a month out from a World Championship. So great opportunity for athletes near and far to come here to Memphis to compete at the Ed Murphey Classic. And it just so happens that the pole vault is right here on Beale Street, because we like to do things a little bit different down here and enjoy ourselves with some libations and some fans up close and personal in the women's pole vault. Again, we're going to have a men's pole vault competition. It is set to commence at 8:30 Central Time. We do have to give all of them enough time to warm up and get their steps, just as the ladies did prior to our broadcast starting. So we'll let you know exactly what's going to go on there. You know, the sweat just glistening off Annika Newell there. It's hot out here. Lots of shirtless guys out and about enjoying themselves, because really, what else are you going to do in this kind of heat and humidity? You just sweat. That's just the way it goes. Annika Newell on the runway. Third and final attempt. She wants it. She wants a good beat. She wants the beat from the DJ. Yeah, she's feeling it. Third and final attempt. 14-8 and a quarter. Well, previous 2 attempts just brushing it at the height of her approach. And that one, she went after it, but caught it on the way up. So that'll be it for Annika Newell. That means Chloe Timberg is going to be our champion. She's jumping pretty well. We have to see what Chloe Timberg decides to do, because the natural progression here would be to go up 10 centimeters, would be 15 feet and a quarter. But being the only athlete left in the competition, she will get to choose exactly how high she wants the bar to go. So ultimately, we'll see what Chloe Timberg decides to do. As again, she does have a lifetime best a bit higher than this at 471. That is her lifetime best. And oftentimes you'll see athletes doing that when they do have kind of one shot remaining and she's already locked up the win. She might put this up at, theoretically a record. What that record might be is like her personal best. Could be a meet record. Could be, when we get into certain competition, you might start looking at American records or world records just to give it a shot, because you got nothing left to lose. Because on any given day, in a sport like the pole vault, sometimes you just nail it. Timberg getting ready, getting a little extra chalk on the hands. Seen athletes use everything from a tar-looking spray to chalk to all sorts of different ways of making sure that those hands do not slip, because they are approaching that pit with an incredible amount of speed and sheer force to transfer that force vertically up and over the bar.
And I should point out that the meet record is 465, set by Olympian Sandy Morris last year. So
it is worth noting that if we look back here at previous champions here in the Beale Street pole vault, this is only the 4th year of this occurring. 2022 was the first. Sandy Morris, Olympic silver medalist. She has the Ed Murphey Beale Street pole vault classic record at 465. That's 15.3. And a big clearance for Timberg. So she decided to just do the typical increase, which was a 10-centimeter increase in the progression. So she was over 15 feet and a quarter. Here's a little replay of that as she hits up and over. Stoked. You see her pound the pit there with her fist. Loving what she just accomplished there, feeling it today. This might be one of those days where we just see something special from Chloe Timberg, as we did at last year's NCAA championships, where she was jumping out of her mind to win that NCAA title. We'll see what Timberg decides to do here. Is, of course, as we noted before, she is the lone athlete remaining in the competition, which gives her the ability to choose what she wants the bar to be set at. The challenge for me will be get communication to the officials so I know exactly what she's jumping at, but we will find out shortly, I'm sure, as she makes the choices now. She talks to the head official about where she wants the bar to be. She can choose how far she wants the standards to be set forward or backwards, and she can choose her height. As she has a fresh board, she's your champion no matter what. So the natural progression in here is another 10-centimeter raise, which would be a 468. And that's what she elected to do with the previous one.
Chloe, she's adjusting her pose, everybody.
And we talked about earlier, it looked like athletes do have multiple poles to choose from, and they know what they're comfortable with at different heights. And the longer the pole gets, the stiffer it gets, the harder it is to manipulate. But theoretically, the more transfer of energy it can produce and get you even higher. It just becomes more unruly to deal with.
The 2024 NCAA outdoor champion.
So we'll see what the 2024 NCAA champion chooses to do here.
And representing Rutgers, she was a 4-time Big Ten champion. And she was second at the NCAA championships just a month ago outdoors out in Eugene. So one of the best boxers in the world. And we're thrilled to have you here on Beale Street entertaining you guys.
So again, we saw the chalking of the hands last time around. It certainly served her well. Curious which pole she decided to go with, if it was the pole that she just cleared with. So again, 468. Should she clear this, would beat the meet record set by Sandy Morris when she cleared 465. And that 465 was from 2024. So just last year we had an amazing competition here with lots of Olympians as they were all getting ready for Paris. And a miss for Timberg, but she'll have 2 more goes at this at 468. Again, her personal best, lifetime best, 471. So only 3 centimeters higher than her current setting here. 3 centimeters, that's nothing. That's like your knuckle. So 3 centimeter difference between her lifetime best and where the bar is right now. And when she jumped that lifetime best, just to keep this in context, that was good enough for her to win the national championship. She won the NCAA championship at 471 and runner-up this year.
We're going to see Chloe take her second attempt at 468.
So on your screen here, this is what we're going to be focused on, simply the pole vault. We have actually a lot of action happening down here on Beale Street as part of this Ed Murphey Classic. The Beale Street Mile taking place sort of in our periphery, be running some laps around us in the blocks around downtown Memphis and Beale Street. As I walk down here today from the hotel, just looking at the course set up with archways, lots of athletes coming through here, passing by the announcer's box with bibs. They're all getting ready to go run the Beale Street Mile and just having fun. So really a family affair. Anybody wanting to get down and dirty and have some fun and run a little bit, watch some track, and enjoy themselves, come on down to Beale Street. If you don't do it this year, do it next, because it is a sight to behold. And just fun for the whole family out here on Beale Street. All right, getting close now. There's Eddie Murphy. Ed Murphy. There goes Chloe Timberg. And that's another miss for Timberg.
That was her first attempt. She'll have 2 more cracks at this height, 468.
So technically 2 more attempts happening at this height. So Timberg staying focused out here on the pole vault runway.
Track trivia, we'll give out some merch, like t-shirts, hats, maybe a beer or two if you're real kind to me. And no Googling the answers.
With only one athlete in the competition, things do get a little slow here through the waiting game, as she does, as noted, have a clock that she has an eye on right now. Insomnia Cookies, whether they're an official partner or not, they're getting some love here. As they're where we're set up, we even have a camera up top of Insomnia Cookies. That's that shot right there, looking down right over the pole vault standards. And there's the man himself. He's being safe. Don't worry, folks. Perfectly OSHA compliant. I guarantee it. Back to the runway we go. This is going to be attempt number 2 at 468. So 15.4 1/4. Again, just talking about this before. This would be a season's best for Timberg. Also would beat the meet record set by Olympic silver medalist Sandy Morris last year. And coming in just a little low. It's got to be so frustrating for these athletes when they do all the right things and just trying to get up there. Just notice the upper body strength on Chloe Timberg. The power she has to have to manipulate that pole as she propels herself up towards that bar. Doing a little recap now with Coach. See if we can correct anything before we get on to the third and final attempt at what would be a new meet record here for Chloe Timberg. The other competitors trading war stories and talking about undoubtedly their other competitions and also just being fans of the sport. Very collegial these field events are. We see this in many of the events where they're sort of quarantined to these one zones for quite some time, and the competitions can linger on and on. The pole vault being one of those, where a pole vault competition, say with 12 to 16 athletes competing, could be a 2-hour endeavor. And so they spend a lot of time with each other, and half of these athletes even train with each other. So that's a bonus there. They're out there with their friends and their teammates. All part of the system here and being part of the sport, trying to elevate things, no pun intended. And they do it all together here on Beale Street every year. Timberg back on the runway as that clock is starting to tick down, undoubtedly. We don't have eyeballs on it, but that's okay. We can usually watch the body language of the athletes to kind of get a sense of how things are progressing and where we're at here on the clock. Countdown. 468, attempt number 3. You see the 2 X's on the screen there, the top left of your screen. See Timberg, the only one over at 458. Gabby Hoke and Annika Newell both having cleared 433, but Gabby Hoke ends up on top in legitimately the second position. Even though they have a tied height, she had way fewer misses on any previous attempts than Annika Newell did. So that puts Gabby Hoke squarely in the silver medal spot. Annika Newell sitting in the bronze medal position here in the pole vault on Beale Street. And now Chloe Timberg has sealed up that gold medal in the Ed Murphey Classic Beale Street pole vault competition. Just seeing how high she can push this victory. No doubt visualizing herself getting up and over that bar. For sure we'll be seeing Chloe Timberg at the U.S. Championships in a couple weeks' time in Eugene, Oregon, Tracktown, USA, as she does her bidding in an attempt to make a world team. World Championships in Tokyo. Last time that Tokyo hosted a global championship was the 2020, but hosted in 2021 Olympics with no fans in the stands. So this is kind of a make good to get them back out there, and hopefully the people of the host country of Japan and fans from all over the world will come back to that stadium and give these athletes the warm welcome back that they all deserve, as they had to compete, as many athletes did, to empty stands or fake cutouts of fans during COVID times. Almost seems like a distant memory of sorts, oddly enough. But here we go, Chloe Timberg. Third and final attempt at 468.15, 4 1/4. And that'll be it. But what a wonderful competition here today. Chloe Timberg doing her thing out there and taking home a W and a championship here at the Ed Murphey Classic right downtown Memphis on Beale Street.
And she's going to go talk to Serenity, who has a present for her.
Hello, Chloe. Whenever you're ready. I mean, I'm on your time. You're ready? So you gotta join me up here, my girl. You're a winner. Take your stage. And Max is gonna help us with that. Yeah, she's an athlete. She knows nothing about alcohol. Right. Chloe, what was your mindset coming into this competition today with everybody out here watching?
Yeah, well, it was my first time here, so I just came to enjoy the environment, and it delivered.
You can see Chloe doing her in-stadium interview, called In Stadium, but on the street, or Serenity. Wonderful trackside host, MC.
You're the winner, so I'm sure you'll be back next year with hopefully even better competition, even better vibes. Let's hear it for Chloe, everybody.
Chloe Timberg, your champion today on Beale Street. And meet director Max Paquette. As if he needs to teach Chloe Timberg how to actually pop a champagne bottle, but there we I'm just waiting for it. This is great. This is great. There we go. Yes. Okay. Wonderful. You know, it's a tradition here at the Ed Murphey Classic. Winners get a bottle of champagne. Last year, the winner of the men's shot put chugged the whole bottle in one fell swoop. So show up tomorrow. If you're local, show up tomorrow for the Ed Murphey Classic at the University of Memphis. We're going to have a lot of action, just as exciting as this, and maybe even more. Olympic champions Stephen Gardner from the Bahamas will be in the men's 400. Athing Mo will be in the women's 8. And finally, Sydney McLaughlin-Lavroni will be in the women's 400 as she makes another attempt at trying to break Sonia Richard-Ross's American record in the 400 meters, 48.70. Sonia Richards-Ross has run 48.70 back in 2012, so that record has stood for quite some time. But tomorrow, Sydney McLaughlin-Lavroni, who has run 48.74, 4 100ths off the American record, will give it a shot. So at the conclusion here of the women's program, that means it's time for the men to warm up. So for our broadcast, we're going to take a bit of a pause and come back to you at 7:55 Central Time. 7:55 Central Time for an 8 p.m. Central kickoff of the men's competition. So for now, I'm Rob Vermillion. We'll see you back here in about an hour for the Beale Street Pole Vault.
What's up, dude? How are you?
I don't know if they've cut me or not.
How you doing?
Good to see you, man.
You too.
Here, let's just step away from it.
Yeah.
helps millions spend smarter and save more for the things that matter most to them. That's why we're the bank that's your ally.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, back here on Beale Street. Welcome to the 2025 Ed Murphey Classic. The night before the big meet on the track at the University of Memphis. We are downtown Memphis. A lot going on. People on the street. People didn't even know the pole vault was happening, but nevertheless it is, and we've got some of the best in the U.S. and a couple of athletes from international countries here to compete for a title at the 2025 Beale Street Ed Murphey Classic Pole Vault. We'll get going here momentarily, but we'll have about 9 athletes competing out here today. You see the facility getting ready. The bar already up at that opening height for the men is going to be 5:22, 17, 1.5. Now, if you joined us earlier, you saw the women's competition. It was a great one. In fact, right down there in the center of your screen in the all pink on the inside of the rail, that was Gabby Hoke. She was 3rd overall in the competition. She's sticking around to watch the men vault out there today. A lot of athletes with ties to the University of Kansas, interestingly enough. The athletes have been getting their warm-ups in for quite some time here for the past hour. Just to set the stage, about 82 degrees here in Memphis. The sun is finally setting a little bit. While the women were vaulting, they did have the sun setting somewhat in their eyes, not directly, but it was going that direction. As they approach the vault, they're heading west. So that's what was going on there. And now the sun is behind the skyline and things are cooling down just a little bit here in Memphis, and it feels fantastic. Great evening for a stroll, great evening for a libation down here on Beale Street. And Alfredo's Bar right there across the street. See on the far side of your screen. They've got a second story just to the right of picture. And so lots of folks up there enjoying themselves, a snack, a drink, whatever, but they're also getting an interesting bird's eye view of how high these athletes are actually vaulting. One of the most amazing things about having these street competitions, which are there a handful of them across the U.S., but the notable thing about this is how close spectators can actually get to the competition. There we go. You see, that's the upper deck bar there. And just to the left of their picture is the actual bar that the athletes are going to be clearing. So they really do get the bird's eye view. And the thing that you get a really good sense of as you are right up close to the athletes is how fast they travel down the runway and the power with which they plant that pole and elevate themselves. They transfer that power vertically and they get up over that bar. So a great competition in store for the men. Coming up here, the opening height coming up shortly, 5 meters 22. That'll be 17, 1.5. Yes, that is 17 feet, 1.5 inches. And if you're not familiar with the pole vault, just a quick recap here. A number of these athletes may elect to enter at a higher height, so they won't jump at this opening height. Many of them will jump at this opening height. According to my notes, it looks like we have 2 athletes that'll jump at the opening height. That's Clayton Sims and Michael Cyphers. But we'll get some intros done here in a little bit. The fans starting to line the fences here right alongside the pole vault runway. We've got our DJ in the house, who's absolutely crushing the music selection. There's Matt Ludwig. I always tell him by his incredible upper body strength in that USA jersey. Competed at the Olympic Games back in 2021 in Tokyo, where the athletes competed in front of 0 fans, right in the midst of COVID. But fortunately, we're headed back to Tokyo for the World Championships this year. So kind of a make good for them hosting during COVID when they couldn't receive any spectator revenue, and this time around there will be plenty of spectators there in Tokyo. And that's set to commence in September, hence our U.S. Championships, which is the selection event for the World Championships, is going to be at the end of this month in Eugene, Tracktown, USA. But in the meantime, one of the final high-caliber domestic competitions is right here in Memphis, Tennessee at the Ed Murphey Classic. And right down here on Beale Street, a great opportunity for these pole vaulters to get some action in leading into the U.S. Championships. Now, warm-ups was interesting. Like they had to get warmed up on a completely different runway. It's an elevated runway, something they're maybe more accustomed to in indoor track, as many indoor facilities are kind of built into convention centers and other things where they build a structure that they run down. So a slightly more bouncy approach than a typical outdoor track, which is going to have a mondo or, you know, some track surface runway laid over asphalt. So an interesting opportunity for everybody to kind of get warmed up instead. They've been doing it for the last hour, getting their footing right, because the approach is always a little bit different on every single runway. Still about 4 minutes away from the first of it, but we've got all sorts of folks out here helping out. There's Billy the Toad, a mainstay at the Ed Murphey Classic, among other meets throughout the United States. Oftentimes interviewing athletes and having fun, creating some great content around the sport of track and field, a bit more on the light and fun side as opposed to the serious and competitive side.
All right, Dave. It's almost time. The people are gathering, which is good. Plus the crowd.
And in the background, you might hear a PA, a gal speaking. Her name is Serenity. She is our in-stadium voice, one of two. Dave Milner, also on the microphone. But she'll be out there, Serenity. There's Serenity. She's on the right-hand side there. She's on the microphone. She'll be talking to the athletes, hyping people up.
All right, ladies and gents, if you just wandered onto the corner of BB King and Beale Street and wondering what's going on.
Oh, the youngest fan in the house, somehow sleeping through the bumping music and the PA. I wish I could sleep like that.
Impeccable. And we have 10 of the best vaulters in North America.
So getting ready now for introductions. They'll be lining up on the pole vault runway in their vaulting order as they introduce them to the crowd. We'll let you know who you're talking to.
We're going to line up our vaulters here in just a moment, and I'll introduce you to them one by one.
So while it's 82 degrees out now, it has been a scorcher today, well up into the 90s with pretty high humidity here in Memphis, Tennessee. You see our staff members there throughout the competition. Lots of folks even ran the Beale Street Mile a little bit earlier. Lots of shirtless folks walking around and next to nothing, but it's hot and no one cares, and it's do whatever you can to cool down. So enjoy ourselves in the competition yet to come, as we are about ready now to introduce our competitors in the men's Beale Street pole vault as part of the Ed Murphey Classic. Final bar getting set at that opening height of 5 meters 22. That's 17.1 and a half. You see the numbers that were going up the side of the stanchions there. Fans of all kinds out here supporting the sport of pole vault and track and field writ large. So we're going to introduce the athletes now. First up today is 7-time All-American and 5-time Big 12 champion from Texas Tech. He was formerly at Kansas. This is Zach Bradford. He was a runner-up in this event a year ago, 6th at the Olympic trials in 2024. Next up, former Oregon Duck, 2-time All-American. Second at the 2019 U.S. Outdoor Championships. It's Cole Walsh. And our third jumper today from Kansas. So we talked about there's a big Kansas connection here. Big 12 indoor champ for the last 2 years. NCAA runner-up a year ago. It's Clayton Sims. And next up in the order is Matt Ludwig. Ludwig is so easy to spot. He just is a huge upper body. He can just absolutely destroy a pole. From the University of Akron, 2017 NCAA champion, 5-time All-American. Represented the United States at the Olympic Games in Tokyo. He was the U.S. indoor champion in 2020, right before they canceled the event on day 2 for COVID. And next up, that's Nate Rickards, Notre Dame graduate, 2-time All-American, ACC champion.
And he is no stranger to this meet. Michael Cyphers.
And there's Michael Cyphers from Lebanon, New Hampshire.
Vaulting 7th in our order.
And our final
with a 5'70" personal best. He was the NCAA indoor champion back in 2018.
second to last athlete introducing here, Hussein Al-Hazim from Saudi Arabia, went to Kansas. He's the national record holder of Saudi Arabia, set back in 2018 while competing at the Texas Relays, jumped 570. The 2018 indoor NCAA champion. Now finally here is Keaton Daniel. Daniel was 4th at the Prefontaine Classic just a week ago, so a big-time competition. 2024 NCAA indoor and outdoor champion. That's Keaton Daniel. Went to Kentucky. So a couple of those guys will be starting out here at this opening height. And from my notes, that's Clayton Sims and Michael Cyphers. After that, we'll have entries at the next heights in the progression to 537 and 552. Opening height is 522, which is 17.1.5. We talked about this during the women's competition, but we will go up in 15-centimeter increments. And then it'll after the third height, we'll go down to 10-centimeter increments. But I'll give you the imperial on those every time as well.
Right here in Memphis, Tennessee, so make sure you guys are supporting it. We got some hats, we got some t-shirts, all of it. But we are doing track trivia pretty soon here. I'm going to ask you guys some questions. And that'll be a chance to win some of the very nice Murphey merch as well. Maybe a beer or two if I like you. It really just depends. Looks like we have the first one up there, Dave.
So you see the markers on the stanchions. We're going up the pole there in the bar at 17.1.5.
University of Kansas. He's a Big 12 indoor champion this year, NCAA runner-up last year. And this is our opening bar. So those of you unfamiliar with the pole vault, everybody gets.
So the first up on the runway, you see there's Clayton Sims, Big 12 indoor champ, NCAA runner-up last year. Another Kansas athlete, Clayton Sims, on the runway. Opening height, 522. Oh, had the height, but just couldn't quite hold it there. So Sims will have 2 more shots at this opening height. And that'll bring up Michael Cyphers next up on the runway.
We will see Michael Cyphers.
See your graphic there in the top left of your screen. It's just first attempt, 5 meters 22, 17.1 and a half. Cypher's just biding his time. If you're not familiar with the pole vault, they do have a clock that gives them a certain amount of time. I believe it's about 3 minutes per attempt. Looking for a little bit of help. He's clapping with the beat. Some of the athletes like the slow clap. They build in a crescendo. You saw in the women's competition, some of them like it just clapping to the beat. The energy down here is just palpable. I wish I could describe it better than it's coming through to your screen at home. Michael Cyphers. And he'll have 2 shots remaining as well. So those are the only 2 athletes competing at this particular height. And it'll go back to Clayton Sims. Bar getting put back up on the stanchions as we speak. Well, Clayton Sims is watching idly by here, waiting for his clock to start. And away we go now. Bar has settled, so Sims is up and on the clock. Attempt number 2 of 3 at 5:22. On the height again, and just not traveling as well over the bar as he needs to be, and he knows it. You see him shaking his head. The pole vault's such a technical event. Undoubtedly going to go back to his coach and look at the video replay in slow-mo, and he probably already knows exactly what he needs to do. It's just a matter of, as every athlete talks about, matter of execution. Just got to get it done, because he certainly has the height to continue moving on up here. So we'll see him again momentarily as we're up now, ready for attempt number 2 for Michael Cyphers.
Hold on to your butt.
All right, we're getting locked in here. Cyphers is on the runway. What do you want? You want to clap? You want to... Yeah, he wants to clap, y'all.
And Serenity out there on the infield,
Okay, let's start back in.
talking to the athletes,
Clap, clap.
asking them what they want to have happen out there with the claps.
As he goes down the runway. Clap, clap. Hold on, more chalk, sorry.
Yeah, Cyphers wasn't quite ready. Just a little bit more chalk on those sweaty palms.
I mean, it's your world, we're living in it. It is what it is. All right. That was just a test run anyway. All right, and clap, 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 clap.
So second attempt now for Cyphers coming up.
All right, I like it.
And a run through for Cyphers. He knew it. He had it. He's going to go back and check the tape. Give one more shot. That's all he's got now. It's 2 down, 1 to go. Attempt number 3 will be next for Cyphers. But before we get there, Sims will be up for attempt number 3.
At this opening height, 5 meters 22, 17 feet, 1.5 inches. All right, Beale Street, let's help him out.
So he's had the height every time. He just hasn't traveled over the bar far enough to make it clear. We'll see if he can go clear this time around. And falling up short once again. We know that that's what he's going to be working on over the next few weeks. So Sims bows out. He'll get the no height, the dreaded NH on the results. As long as he can take some learnings away from that, hopefully it's not in vain. So third and final attempt now coming up for Michael Cyphers.
17 feet 1.5 inches. So if you're new to this, everybody gets
5 meter 22, 17 1.5 is the opening height of the competition. We'll have many more athletes joining the competition here shortly.
But some of our vaulters have still yet to come into the competition. Some will come into this next height, 537, which is 17.7 1/4.
Getting that chalk back out again. You see the glistening bodies of these athletes. It's still pretty humid and hot out here, even though the sun has set. 81 degrees. Probably feels a bit warmer than that. So nobody over the bar so far at 5:22. Only 2 athletes actually entering at this height. We have everybody else passing. They'll enter the competition at higher heights, some at the next heights. We'll see a few more athletes coming in. But now, Cyphers looking for a little bit of help out there. The other athletes get into it. It's very much a family affair. These athletes spend a lot of time together, as pole vault competitions tend to run for a long time. So they become pretty friendly, and they're all there to support each other and help get all these athletes to set new PRs and do great things. And an almost, but not enough for Michael Cyphers. So that'll be 3 and out for Cyphers. Still a fun evening here down on Beale Street, even though he didn't do what he wanted to do. Of course, in a gracious way, shaking the hands of the officials out there, who are also out here sweating and keeping this pole vault competition running. So the bar is going to move up now to 5 meters 37. That's 17.7 1/4. From my notes, we're going to have a few more athletes joining the competition. That includes Cole Walsh, Nate Reichertz, and Hussein Hazim.
Some of which are reigning Olympic champions tomorrow, including Sydney McLaughlin, the reigning champion and world record holder in the 400 meter hurdle. She'll be competing at University of Memphis tomorrow, as will Roger Stoner, the Olympic discus champion, and a whole host of another Olympic medalists. All that takes place at University of Memphis. You can
see the fans here of all ages enjoying a little bit of pole vault down here on Beale Street. Hopefully we'll see all these people again tomorrow and see all of you joining us on the live stream from the Ed Murphey Classic on the track. We've got action all day in the main program. We've got Olympic champions and medalists. Roger Stona from Jamaica in the discus will be in that competition, as we also have Stephen Gardner in the men's 400 meters, the Bahamian Olympic champion from Tokyo. Athing Mo, the Olympic champion from Tokyo in the 800 meters. And then Sydney McLaughlin-Lavroni will be running the 400 meters. She is the world record holder in the 400 meter hurdles. Here's Cole Walsh, and Walsh will knock it down. So 2 more shots for Cole Walsh. Cole Walsh.
He definitely got the height to clear that. He'll have 2 more attempts at that bar.
And Cole Walsh has been around this game for quite some time. Not trying to age him out, but he certainly has experience to not get flustered by one miss, so he'll get back to the drawing board here and make whatever corrections he needs to make. And hopefully we'll get to see him clear this and other heights. Nate Reichertz.
This will be Nate Richards, former standout at Notre Dame. He's two-time All-American and ACC champion for the
He's the ACC champion at Notre Dame.
Here on Beale Street last year.
Now competing for Track Smith. You see that kit he's wearing there. I mean, to be real, he should probably have a mustache wax sponsor, no doubt. Richards on the runway, attempt number 1 at 5:37, clear. So we have our clearance, 5:37, 17.7 and a quarter for Richards. And a great opening height for him. He was 8th at the Olympic trials in 2024. Here's the replay. Great approach, really got those steps dialed in. Traveled a little bit horizontally, or I guess left to right, or right to left over the bar ultimately, but clearance nevertheless. So we have our first official clearance of the competition. That'll bring up Hussein Al-Hazim, the national record holder of Saudi Arabia, former NCAA champion while at the University of Kansas. Opening height for him, 5:37 here, 17.7 and a quarter. And easily over. Feels good about that one. 5:70 is his personal best, that national record in Saudi Arabia. And the cleanest jump of the competition so far. You just see straight down the middle, up and over, technically sound. Keaton Daniel, former NCAA champion from Kentucky. And he's going to take that down. Not exactly what he was expecting. He had a great year last year, and seeing if he can make this year count. Again, just the adage here that we've seen a time or two is he had the height, but just didn't quite carry it over the bar. He'll have 2 shots remaining. Now we're back to second attempts. So this should bring up Cole Walsh onto the runway. Indeed it is. You see him there in the orange kit. Al-Hazim making his way back. He's got to be happy with that one just to keep his steps right. Oftentimes these athletes will stay around and help each other with their steps. They want to know where their foot plants at certain phases of their approach. So Al-Hazim there to watch Cole Walsh, and here goes Walsh, attempt number 2. And Walsh goes clear, so that's 1 over the bar, 2 over the bar, excuse me, now at 5:37.
So we have 3 vaulters clear this night, 5:37, 17.7 and a quarter. And we'll see.
I should say 3 vaulters clear now. We already had Al-Hazim and Nate Richards and Walsh. So we got 3 over the bar. Second attempt now for Keaton Daniel. And a little bump, but he keeps it on. It squeaks over, as the in-stadium guy just noted he kissed the bar up there, and just a little kiss. Kept it on there. He's going to have to get some adjustments made here as he's taking a relatively slow approach. He's not carrying as much speed as the likes of Al-Hazim. Kind of an interesting juxtaposition. You see him coming down the runway here. And so just an ever so slight kiss over the top there you see in the replay. But it stays on nevertheless. See the fans here, ready and eager to watch some pole vault. So we have 4 athletes over the bar at 5:37, 17.7 and a quarter. That means we're moving on up. So 5:52, the next height, our 15-centimeter increments. That's 18.1 and a quarter. Next height, 18.1 and a quarter. And at this point, we'll actually get everybody into the competition. Zach Bradford will be entering. Matt Ludwig. So that'll be everybody. But right now, here's Zach Bradford.
He was second here on Beale Street last summer. He can be a one-guy hero.
So Bradford just entering the competition. And he'll take that one down.
All right, so
7-time All-American, 5 times a Big 12 champion. He had been at Kansas for a bit. Again, the Kansas connection here is impressive. And he made his way to Texas Tech at one point, finally transferring. He was a runner-up at the indoor NCAAs in 2023. 6th at the Olympic trials in 2024. So Zach Bradford continuing to make his presence known on the national stage.
This competition last year.
Colt Walsh back on the runway. Is jumping in a predetermined order here, regardless of where they come in. So Colt Walsh having cleared on his second attempt at the previous height. This is attempt number 1 now at 5:52, 18.1 and a quarter.
Getting a little quiet, you guys. I think we can get a clap.
And a miss for Walsh on attempt number 1. Again, he'll have 2 attempts remaining.
It's looking like Matt Ludwig has entered the chat. The poll is up.
So bar getting put back up here. Next on the runway here is Matt Ludwig. Tokyo Olympian, former NCAA champion at Akron.
He's an ex-wrestler. That makes sense. So if you want to wrestle and pole vault, they could go hand in hand. They could. I mean, Matt Ludwig he's a living testimony. Are you starting way back there? You're gonna okay, very good. You're gonna run out of runway.
Oh, Ludwig looking for a little help out here. Clapping to the beat. A fantastic DJ out here keeping the fans excited and energized. And Ludwig goes clear. Feeling it, having some fun out here. Matt Ludwig has been doing this for a long time now, and I appreciate that he can still enjoy the competition, and that's what this Beale Street pole vault is all about. So bringing the fans up close to these athletes, getting a good glimpse of what these guys are capable of. We saw it with the women earlier, now getting a taste of it with the men as the bar goes ever higher, and they get to see what an Olympian can do over the pole vault standard. That was Matt Ludwig. So he goes clear at 5:52, 18.1 and a quarter. Nate Richards now up. Cleared the previous height on his second attempt. We'll see if he can upgrade to a first attempt clearance at 5:52, 18.1 and a quarter. hitting it on the way up. Just needed a little bit more vertical there on his legs. So he'll go back and adjust things the best he can to try and attempt number 2. It worked for him at the previous height. We'll see if he can parlay that into this height and clear 18-1 1/4 on attempt number 2.
All right, so next up to attempt this height, 552, 18-1 1/4 will be Hussein Al-Hazim.
Hold on to your butts.
Hussein Al-Hazim on the runway now. We saw a fantastic attempt by him at the previous height. Had great speed, straight up the middle, right over.
You got 20 on them. You better get 100 on them. How about that?
And Al-Hazim over the bar, and he is stoked. At a BB King Boulevard under the street sign here, the famous musician from Memphis. So many of the restaurants and shops related to BB King. King this, BB that. It is all related to BB King. Is he just a centerpiece to the culture of Memphis and Beale Street. Hussein Al-Hazim, Saudi Arabian champion. Goes clear at 552. Now, back up to Keaton Daniel. And Daniel figuring things out. He goes over at 552. We got ourselves a competition here. These guys are clearing this with ease now. Just needed a little bit of warming up. We see this oftentimes, even with the best athletes in the world. They can struggle at earlier heights, and when they get in that rhythm, there's almost nothing that can stop them.
Kicking it off with Zach Bradford next on the runway.
So second attempt's coming up now for Zach Bradford. Bradford be the first of 3 athletes on attempt number 2. And Bradford goes clear. All right, we've got ourselves a competition. 3 men over the bar now. 4 men over the bar, excuse me, at 552, 18-1 1/4. He joins Al-Hazim, Ludwig, and Daniel over the bar here at 552, 18-1 1/4. Next up, it's going to be Cole Walsh on the runway. Former Oregon Duck, All-American.
You want that silence? Oh, he wants music. DJ, spin the track. Thank you.
Here goes Walsh. And Walsh makes it over. Things are absolutely heating up.
Makes it 5 volts is clear. Nate Richards.
So the Ed Murphey Classic Beale Street pole vault competition. A sight to behold here in this men's iteration. We saw the women earlier. Now in the men, when the sun has set, and the bar is higher. Still jumping at 552, 18-1 1/4. Nate Richards, the last man standing here who needs to get over. He has 2 attempts remaining at this height. But I think he should just try to go for it here on number 2. You know, why wait for number 3? Let's get her done. Richards on the runway. And Richards goes clear. Phenomenal competition happening right here on the pole vault runway on Beale Street. 6 men moving on. 5 meters 62 will be the next height. 18-5 1/4.
That is 18 feet 5 1/4 inches.
So again, going up now in 10 centimeter increments.
The winner of this competition will take home $2,500. second, 1,000 for third, 750 for fourth, and 500 for fifth place here at the American Classic Professional Pole Vault. Just a reminder that we have a whole day of track and field action tomorrow at University of Memphis, so check out edmurpheyclassic.com.
These fans are getting a real show here today. Distinct likelihood that many of them have never stood this close to a pole vault competition of this magnitude to get a full comprehension of how absolutely high these guys can go over that bar. So Bradford will be first up for his first attempt at 5 meters 62, 18.5 and a quarter.
You got this, my guy. He's locked in.
And that'll be a run through for Bradford.
That's okay, it happens.
All right, so Zach will have 2 more attempts.
He'll have 2 attempts remaining at this height. Cole Walsh should be up next.
Will be our next vaulter.
And the other one.
Cole Walsh had a great clearance at the previous height. This will be his first attempt now at 5.62, 18.5 and a quarter. He's asked for the music every time up, feeding off the energy of the crowd and the DJ. And Cole Walsh does it. First man over the bar at 5.62, 18.5 and a quarter. He's having himself a day out there, feeling it.
And next up will be Matt Ludwig, his first attempt.
Matt Ludwig will be up next.
18.5 and a quarter.
Matt is on the runway. Matt would like a clap.
Okay, Matt Ludwig is currently ranked number 15 in the world.
I hear people starting, and I like the eagerness, but I'll let you know when. I got you.
Currently ranked number 15 in the world, 4th in America. Tokyo Olympian for Team USA.
There goes the Tokyo Olympian.
All right, entertain you on Beale Street.
All right, let's get a clap started. And clap, 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 clap. Keep going, and faster.
And Ludwig gets up and over the bar at 5.62, making it look easy. So Ludwig joins Walsh at 5.62, 18.5 and a quarter. You see the replay just over the bar. Our own crew out there handling the bar itself, excited for every clearance. Nate Richards will be up next.
Memphis, Tennessee, the beautiful land in the world.
So first attempt for Richards at 18.5 and a quarter, 5 meters 62.
Hey y'all, if you have not had a chance
You see on the graphic there on the left of screen, you got 2 guys over at 562. Everybody else had cleared 552.
Goes to charity. They're closing down in 30 minutes.
And Richards goes clear. We are having an amazing competition. And the bar's filling up. We've got our upstairs balcony of Alfred's. Packed multiple people deep, trying to watch the pole vault from the bird's eye view, which is pretty cool. They get to actually see clearances just like that. Right there they are. There's all the folks up there watching it. Alfred's on the rooftop, enjoying themselves a libation. And they're about to get another treat here as Al Hazim has had a heck of a competition so far. He's looked clean throughout. There's no misses so far. First attempt now at 18.5 1/4. And he goes clear again too. He's feeling it today, absolutely feeling it. Quick reminder, his personal best is only 8 centimeters higher than this, which is also the national record of Saudi Arabia. He's a Saudi Arabian citizen, former NCAA champion at Kansas, now competing post-collegiately as a pro. Keaton Daniel next on the runway. Here goes Daniel. And Daniel having a bit of a hard time with that one. And interestingly enough, and I can just say this from personal experience here, there was an odd gust of wind that just came through right when he was at his pinnacle. And I don't know if that affects the athletes when they're that high in the air or not, but it was strong enough that it was notable.
Zach Bradford will be going first.
That puts us in position now for second attempts for both Bradford, who you see there in center of screen, and then Daniel, who you just saw jump. So first is going to be Zach Bradford.
Tennessee, the beautiful land in the world. The beautiful land in the world.
All right, y'all. It is now time for track trivia. We got 3 minutes. Let's hurry up and make it quick. Sydney McLaughlin-Roney is attempting to break the American record tomorrow. What is the American record? Give me the time. I'll give you a shirt.
We're doing some trivia down there on the infield while we're awaiting the next height to get settled here.
400-meter American record.
And Sydney, the question here, just going to throw that out there, is if Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone is trying to break the American record tomorrow in the 400 meters, which she is here at the Ed Murphy Classic,
38 is crazy for 400, so no.
she's asking, what is the American record and who holds it? And the answer already was Sonia Richards-Ross, and that is the answer. We'll see if anybody's able to get it. And I'll give you just a second there at home if you can figure it out. What is that American record? 3, 2, 1. It is 48.70. 48.70 the record. And Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone has run 48.74. So her personal lifetime best, only 4 100ths off of the American record. So many other athletes and so many other events on deck tomorrow. You'll be joined by Bill Spalding on the race calls tomorrow. Bill will be giving you the play-by-play throughout the competition at the Ed Murphey Classic. And trust me when I tell you that he will have all the stats and all the info on all these athletes and be very excited to get things going. And interestingly enough, I'm just getting word, as I noted, that there was a very odd gust of wind that did something to the stanchion when Keaton Daniel was attempting, and it looked funny when he was up there. And I'm just getting word that he's actually getting a redo, a very specific redo for his attempt due to that wind because it affected the standard, not just the athlete, but the actual standard. So Daniel will get another attempt now. So getting things all reset here at the moment.
All right, Keaton Daniel is up next. This is a do-over on his attempt number 1.
And that'll be a foul then, of course, for Daniel. He'll have a couple more attempts here at 562.
Taking his second attempt, 562, 18 feet 5.
So Daniel has 2 attempts remaining. That'll bring us back to Bradford. Here goes Bradford. And another run through for Bradford. Not feeling it right now. Something's up with his approach. The level of frustration no doubt growing. We'll see if he has got the mark of an athlete here and can compartmentalize that and really focus on this final attempt. And Keaton Daniel will be up next here at 562. More than capable of clearing 562 is Daniel.
Murphys have entered the chat. The Murphys have entered the chat.
582 his best, 582. So that'd be well above this 562 mark. But here goes Keaton Daniel. And something just not quite clicking right for him today.
So just arriving here, let me get you cleared up. The bar is at 562, that's 18 feet 5¼ inches. We have 4 vaulters clear.
So 4 vaulters currently over 562, 18.5¼ We've got 2 athletes with 2 misses apiece. Third and final attempts coming up now for Bradford and Daniel. Bradford will be first. You see on your graphic there, those are all the athletes over at 562 with one attempt remaining for Bradford and Daniel. Bradford's had 2 run-throughs here. Couldn't quite get his steps right. We'll see if he can sort things out. And that'll be it for Bradford. So he'll have to bow out here, having cleared 552, 18-1 and a quarter. Not the competition he was looking for today, but nevertheless, that's where we landed. We'll go back to his coach, and they'll work on the fundamentals again here and figure out their approach for the next competition. Meanwhile, this means we're back to third attempt for Keaton Daniel, who had that odd extra attempt due to the wind affecting the standard.
We need a metaphor, Dave. How tall is the bar? Is this a giraffe now?
We are beyond giraffe heights now.
We're beyond giraffe?
Tallest giraffes are about 18 feet. We're currently 18 feet, 5¼ inches, and we're going up very shortly. Right after Keaton Daniel clears his height.
Here goes Keaton Daniel now, third and final attempt. And just not having it today for Keaton Daniel, so he bows out as well. That means we got 4-man standing. The bar will go up to 572, 18-9 and a quarter. The likes of Al-Hazim, Ludwig, Richards, and Cole Walsh. Those are the 4 men still standing in the Beale Street pole vault competition. See, that's the second story of the buildings down here, and it's just insane. People could be looking out the windows. We've got people on rooftop bars getting the bird's eye view. Fans along the ground here, I'm watching them as we speak, just looking up, like cranking their necks to look up at how unbelievably high this bar is. 18 feet 9¼ inches. Rooftop bar goers themselves there to cheer on Cole Walsh now. He'll be first up at the new height, 5'72", 18-9 and a quarter. Cole Walsh has done well when the music's been hitting, and this DJ has got it going. And Walsh didn't get it on that try. He may have changed poles. Sometimes that does shake up their form just a little bit till they get used to it. They got to get a jump on it before they know what it really feels like. So Walsh will have a couple more tries at 18-9 and a quarter. Matt Ludwig up next. Ludwig loves the clapping, loves the music.
18 feet 9¼ inches. Only 33 men in the world have cleared that height so far this year. And only 9 Americans have, including the man you're about to see.
So Ludwig has jumped higher than this, vaulted higher than this in his career, and also this year is a season best of 583, lifetime best of 590. We are at 572. So Ludwig looking for a little bit of help out there. The fans acquiescing to his request. Here goes Ludwig. Oh, and almost trying the old side straddle there just to make it over. It's worked before. He'll have to recalibrate, get himself set for that. He's cleared 583 so far this year. About 11 centimeters higher than this We're at 572, so that's a miss for Ludwig. Ludwig will take a step to the side and look at the video from his coach so we can just see what he did wrong or what he needs to correct or adjust for this approach. Assuming that with every height they go up, there might be something that they have to alter just a little bit to get themselves in best position to get over that bar at ever soaring heights. Richards now, first attempt at 572, 18.9 and a quarter. This will be a big clearance for Richards. Should he get over? And very close. Incredible attempt out there for Richards. He'll have two more, though, coming up. So we're already well over his season best, which had been 557. So lifetime best is only 575 though for Richards. So he's just only 3 centimeters below his lifetime best right here. So very, very close. Al-Hazim. Let's hope he's not thinking about it too much here, but this would be a new lifetime best and a new Saudi Arabian record should he clear it. But just based on the way he's been looking through this progression, if he can just do exactly what he's been doing to this moment, should be no problem getting over this height. This is where the mental game comes in for the 2018 NCAA champion, indoor champion he was while at the University of Kansas. Here goes Al-Hazim. And not quite there. He knows what to do, though. He knows what to do. First attempt of 3 here at 572. He just carries so much speed down that runway. It's almost as if he got up to height a little too quickly with all that speed. So he'll confer with his coach and just see what's going on there and see what needs to adjust moving forward. So nobody over the bar. We have one miss apiece for our 4 remaining athletes here at 18.9 and a quarter. That goes back to the top of the order. Here's Cole Walsh for attempt number 2 here in the Beale Street pole vault. Walsh ready to go here with attempt number 2. And he hooked it with the feet there, brought it back around, so he didn't land on it. As if you've ever landed with your back square on a pole vault bar, you know what I'm talking about. It is not a comfortable thing. So nevertheless, Cole Walsh will have 1 shot remaining here at 572, 18.9 and a quarter.
2020 Tokyo Olympian for Team USA. 5th at Olympic trials last year. 4th in this competition last year. Currently ranked number 4 in America and number 15 in the world.
So Ludwig, no stranger to this pressure nor this stratosphere. He's leapt at this height many times in his career. He knows exactly what he needs to do to get over it. The visualization taking place is so important for athletes, as so many of them do it religiously. The fans getting into it here, and I love to see it. And that was just Michael Cyphers back there in the background. You know, he's done competing, so he's just getting himself a little snack. Meanwhile, Ludwig Getting that last chalk on the hands.
All right, y'all, we need the energy. Let's do a clap. And clap, 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 clap. Make it clap.
And the red, white, and blue on the pole of Olympian Matt Ludwig. Can he be the first over the bar here at 570? No, not going to happen.
It happens to the best of us.
He'll have one shot remaining here at 572, 18-9 and a quarter.
Successful that time. Nate Richards is next on the
Nate
runway.
Richards had a valiant attempt on his opening try at 572.
All right, Nate Richards. You got this, my guy. No pressure. Love the stash.
Nate Richards up next. Failed on attempt number one, just as everybody else did. Here he is now with attempt number two.
We're adjusting poles.
And from the looks of it there,
We need the right fit.
his pole may have actually
It happens.
been a little contorted down there at the end. It looks like it may have actually been broken. It was not straight at the base. I don't know how common that is to have
Good, Nate.
a slightly askew.
Solid.
One, here goes Richards, ready to go.
All right, Nate Richards on the runway. These are second attempts.
And the first man over the bar is Nate Richards. He is absolutely stoked right here. Nate Richards clearing 572.
572, 18-9 and a quarter.
Only 3 centimeters below his lifetime best, which he set a year ago. So this man is having himself a competition here. First man over the bar at 18-9 and a quarter.
These guys have some things to say about Hussein.
Love it.
All smiles from Richards and his crew on the sidelines here. And here goes Al Hazim. Again, if he gets over this, this would be a new Saudi Arabian record for him. Oh, and so close. He knows he can do it. He knows that he can do it. He can feel it.
You have your own private fan club over here. I'm here with my friends Michael and Asneet. And tell us why Hussein is your favorite bolt.
We've been here since about 5 p.m. We saw Hussein during the practice rounds, and he was just
I'm sending all you guys. That cool?
he's got that style, he's got the pizzazz. Memphis loves to say it. Can we make some noise for
So
Hussein?
we've got some excitement happening in here. We've got fan clubs everywhere.
Right behind you here, Hussein. So we're
Al
gonna
Hazim
get third attempts, 572. Only one man clears.
Looking
Nate Richards. So the pressure is
at
on
the
now.
video. He's going to make some adjustments because he's got a third attempt coming up here, as does Cole Walsh on the one runway right here. Walsh.
Cole Walsh is on the runway. I repeat.
572.
Cole Walsh is on the runway. This is attempt number what? 3. Last one, best one.
Already a season's best height cleared at 562. Now we're at 572. There goes Cole Walsh. And he drills it. So that will be it for Cole Walsh. Great competition today. A new season best mark for him at 562.
Thank you, Cole. Beautiful competition.
All right, so next up is 2021 Team USA Olympian Matt Ludwig. The pressure's on for Matt. Beale Street, he needs your help.
So Matt Ludwig will be up next for his third attempt. All the gentlemen still in this competition, more than capable of hitting this height. Just have to see how it transpires today. There's Billy the Toad. People having a good time out here. Beale Street, one of those rare open container streets. Closed down to pedestrians only. I think Ludwig's feeling the vibes right now. He wants some clapping. The hype is real. The hype is here. Beale Street is popping. And these guys are vaulting here at the Ed Murphey Classic pole vault night down here on Beale Street. Matt Ludwig on the runway, third and final attempt at 572. He's cleared 583 so far this year. So more than capable of getting up and over this bar. Here we go. Oh, and oh so close. And ever the entertainer is Matt Ludwig, so he will bow out with only Richards over the bar. So he's all of a sudden found himself in pole position here at 18.9 1/4, the only man having cleared it in a backflip, making it look so easy for Matt Ludwig. It was so close, but no cigar, as they say, for Matt Ludwig. It's our final vaulter, final attempt now at this height, 572. Hussein Al-Hazim from Saudi Arabia, former NCAA champion from the University of Kansas. Big Kansas contingent here of past and present Kansas Jayhawks. It's a great time to compete here. Very few domestic opportunities for competition in the U.S. prior to the U.S. Championships that are happening later this month in Eugene, Oregon. But for the international athletes, these are good opportunities too to possibly showcase that they should be named to their World Championship team in Al-Hazim. And that's a new Saudi Arabian record for Hussein Al-Hazim. A new lifetime best and Saudi Arabian record. You see the approach here. He has carried the most speed of any of these athletes, and just the power he carried up and over. Didn't even touch it, not even a kiss. And that is a new lifetime best, new Saudi Arabian record. You're seeing Al-Hazim get interviewed out here about his national record.
I haven't PR'd in almost 8 years, and yeah, great atmosphere.
He just kept at it. So he hasn't PR'd in almost 8 years. 2017 was when he did it, back to Texas Relays, while still at Kansas. And now the man increases his own national record from Saudi Arabia. So the bar moving up. We got 2 men in it. 582 the next height, 19.1. So this would be a monumental clearance for both of these athletes on multiple levels, but one being the barrier that for so many has just seemed so challenging, the 19-foot barrier. The bar will be set at 5 meters 82 19 feet 1 inch.
I gotta bring up Eddie.
So first up is going to be Nate
Not the Eddie Murphy I was
Richards.
thinking of, the Eddie Murphy, which is the name of this meet. He does so much for the Memphis community. So much history. Tell them about it. What can they expect tomorrow?
Absolutely. Hey, let's give it up for Serenity. She is amazing. Look, to be able to lift her up, and then now she's lifting us up. It's a beautiful thing. But listen, tonight.
And on the mic in there is Eddie Murphy, the son of the namesake.
Tomorrow night,
The Ed Murphy Classic.
Athletes from around the world that will be here tomorrow. Last year we could have
Pumping up the Ed Murphy Classic that'll be on the track tomorrow.
The Track Federation has endorsed us for 7 years, and they are now see what we are building in the city of Memphis. And they are sponsoring us because we care about everybody, the athlete, our inner city kids. We want to improve our city, and we are doing it. And you know what? Let's give it up for that. Let's hear it.
So
I choose Memphis.
Eddie Murphy there talking a lot about the work that they're doing through the Ed Murphy Classic.
We have stats.
To try to continue to improve the track meet and bring the best of the world out here to Memphis, and the community efforts that they are endeavoring to continue to improve the Memphis community through sponsoring youth athletics, which will be on display tomorrow.
With this meet tomorrow,
So a lot still cooking out here as the bar is going to move up to 5 meters 82, 19.1. Hyping up the meet for tomorrow, Eddie Murphy. You know, if you're a Gen Xer like myself, when you hear the word Eddie Murphy, you think of a different person out there. Perhaps from an HBO special, comedy, but Eddie Murphy himself, a great stalwart of the track community here in Memphis, doing his part to continue to improve the thing that we all love in track and field, and that's these spectacles of amazing competitions, amazing athletes, and amazing atmospheres. And we've got it here. 5 meters 82. 2 athletes still in it here, Nate Richards and Hussein Al-Hazim. If for some reason you're just joining us, what you'll find is Al-Hazim setting a new Saudi Arabian record at 5 meters 72, breaking his own national record that he held at 5 meters 70. And he was interviewed out there by Serenity, and what I could overhear is him saying that it was just so special to him. He hadn't PR'd in 8 years since he had set that national record back in 2017 at the Texas Relays, while he was at Kansas. But now, the slate is clean. There's 2 men in it. Nate Richards and Hussein Al-Hazim.
Just 2 left, y'all.
There he is, Nate Richards himself. First man who had cleared the previous height. Let's see what he can do at this height. 5 meters 82, 19 feet 1 inch.
Championship qualifying mark. The World Championship take place in Tokyo, Japan, later this year, actually in September. So if either of these guys can make that mark, they are eligible to compete at the World Champs.
And that'll be miss number 1 for Nate Richards.
First attempt. Nate will have 2 more attempts at this bar, 582. Next up, we'll have Hussein Al-Hazim. So if you are just rolling onto the corner of BB King and BEALE and wondering what's going on, this is the men's professional pole.
And just another point of note here, 5 meters 82 is the world qualifying standard for Tokyo. So that is a very important height for these athletes.
If you don't know how it works, basically these guys in spandex are going to sprint down that runway, ram that pole into that box and get as high as possible.
Al-Hazim.
Hussein
Here he goes, attempt number 1 at 582. And a great effort. His feet hooked it on the way up and over. So that'll be a miss for Hussein Al-Hazim. See the replay here. He carries a lot of speed. And hits it with the shins on the way up.
Takes home $2,500, $1,500 to second place. So both of these
Some
gentlemen
great
lead
prize
the
money
BEALE
here
$1,500 reach
at the Ed Murphy Classic.
from this point forth.
$2,500 for the win, $1,500 for second, $1,000 for third, $750 for fourth, $500 for fifth.
Olympians galore, including
So nevertheless, these guys looking for a little bit of a payday here in the competition. Certainly helps compensate for the travel and all the other pieces. His track is not exactly one of the highest paid professional sports out there, so they take every dollar they can get as the competitions across the U.S. and the globe do pay out bits and pieces here and there. Amazing prize money here at the Ed Murphy Classic for a World Athletics Continental Tour Category B. There's all sorts of categories about the type of meets they are and the quality of competition. But I can tell you this, the quality competition we're seeing here at the Ed Murphy Classic in the pole vault down here on Beale Street has been world class.
Quincy Wilson, beautiful, beautiful. And another fun fact, Quincy Wilson, he is no longer 16 years old, he's now 17. And he will be competing right here in Memphis tomorrow at the University of Memphis, starting at 6:30. So y'all need to come out, buy the tickets, see him compete, give him the energy. You'll love to see it.
So all the fans and just casual observers down here on Beale Street, just filling the street. What a phenomenal experience down here. Best thing for exposure for track and field. So many people down here, they absolutely came down here to watch this. Many people walking by saying, wow, what's going on? Wow, this is so cool. And getting a real flavor for how high these people are going. Standing right up next to the standard, basically. So Nate Richards now, 582, attempt number 2. And another oh so close for Richards there, attempt number 2.
All right, that was progress. That was better than the first attempt. He'll have one more crack at this night.
And as Dave Milner on the in-stadium PA just noted, that was progress. Better than attempt number 1, but still not good enough. We'll see if he can go back to the drawing board just a little bit here for attempt number 3. And that'll bring us up to Hussein Al-Hazim. And all sorts of characters out here watching today.
What are you saying to him? I'm nosy. What are you saying to him?
Might even be our DJ out there.
What the heck does that mean? Out of context, that's a little crazy. All right, that's some good advice. I don't know. I mean, hey, Dave, have you ever heard of that?
I don't know. I'm just glad he wrapped his pole earlier.
Better advice than I can get. Look, run as fast as you can and jump. Close your eyes. You got what I'm saying.
So Saturday's events, we've got a lot of youth stuff going on in the morning, but the pro schedule in the afternoon gets going at 6:30 p.m. Central Time at the Ed Murphy Classic. Got some field events happening a little bit earlier than that. And Al-Hazim coming up short on attempt number 2.
One more.
It's okay.
It's not over yet.
Not over yet. Until the fat lady sings. Or just Dave and I sing.
Just remember, Hussein took the third attempt. He took 3 attempts in the last bar. He likes to sort of build the drama. That's how he rolls. But Nate will be up next for his third attempt.
So both athletes now only with one attempt remaining. They both have 2 misses at 19-1, 582 at the ever-important World Athletics qualifying standard, height of 582. A lot of pressure on these athletes in their third and final attempts.
What is Memphis known for? Anybody? Barbecue? What type of barbecue? I'm from Texas. What type of barbecue? Hello? 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 Am I coming over to my girl? I'm coming over to my teacher. All right. What is Memphis known for? What have you been doing here?
We ate at Huey's earlier. Go get the steak on the stick. It's really good.
Steak on a stick. Okay, it sounds questionable, but it sounds good. It sounds good. I heard barbecue. Barbecue from where, y'all? Runway?
And currently Serenity out there doing a poll on the best barbecue here in Memphis, and I don't know that we're going to arrive at a consensus, considering there is literally a barbecue place on every single corner in this city. It looks amazing. Nevertheless, the bar is moving. Bar is not moving up here, just getting reset up there. And 19-1, 582. So Richards will be up first for his third and final attempt at 582, 19-1.
Central barbecue. Okay, I'll catch. All right. Nate, it's time. It's time, Nate. All right. Nate said it's time, y'all. Everybody hush.
All right, so these are third attempts to stay in the competition and keep the competition going to the next night. This is 19-1, 582. Nate and Hussein are the only guys left in the competition. This is to stay alive. All right. Beale Street, do your thing.
Nate Richards looking for a little help there from the fans, and I can tell you this, they're all getting into it. Third and final attempt. And an even better attempt, but still not quite enough today for Richards, as he will bow out. Leaves it all up to Al Hassin.
Hussein played on his third attempt. So that means if Hussein also goes out this high, Nate Richards will win the competition overall.
So going back to misses right now, if all things being equal, if Al Hassin, if he misses here, Nate Richards ultimately ends up the winner based on misses at previous heights. But if Hussein Al Hassin clears on this one, it'll not only be a new national record for him, it'll give him the World Athletics qualifying standard, and it'll give him the win here at the Ed Murphey Classic on Beale Street. Even our officials and the guys been managing the pole vault standards all day, getting into the mix, enjoying themselves. And pole is up, so that means we've got Hussein Al Hassin.
From Saudi Arabia, from Kansas, Jay Hooker. This is 582, 19 feet and 1 inch.
Eyes on the prize as Al Hassin. He's gonna go for it.
Get up there, baby, get up there. Come on, you got it. Get up there, you got it.
And so close, but no cigar today. But Al Hassin walks away from the Ed Murphey Classic with a new Saudi Arabian national record And a phenomenal competition for all. But our winner today is Nate Richards, having cleared 5 meters 72, 18.9 1/4. So an absolutely phenomenal competition out there today for both the men and the women. Going back to Chloe Timber in the women's competition, taking the W. And now Nate Richards winning here in the men's competition as they take these wins to head into the U.S. Championships coming up in Eugene, Oregon at the end of the month.
All right, Nate. You had some stiff competition,
And
my guy.
regardless of whether you can hear Serenity's voice coming through the ambient sound here on your broadcast, I know she's talking to Nate Richards about his win. But more importantly, the winner gets himself a bottle of champagne that he can pop out there on the runway and enjoy himself a night here in Memphis, having been the champion of the Ed Murphey Classic.
Yeah, first one, I went way off to the left. So my goal today was just hit it down the middle. And that seemed to line things up for me.
Great, now it's time to celebrate. Go ahead and celebrate. Let's hear for Nate Richards, everyone. All right, y'all. Remember, Sydney McLaughlin-Roney, the world record holder, the Olympic champion, will be here tomorrow to attempt the American record. Quincy Wilson will be here tomorrow. Athingmo Nikolaev is here tomorrow. We have the best of the best. Thank you, Nate, for that. Still plenty more competition to come, y'all, at the University of Memphis tomorrow. Buy those tickets, $10. If y'all thought this was fun, we still got plenty more waiting in the bag for you. EJ, spin that track.
Hey, all you guys, can we get one picture on the pit? All the guys just pole vaulted. Can we get one picture on the pit real quick? Is that okay if you guys are still here?
So Richards enjoying his celebration on the infield with Eddie Murphy himself and Serenity. Congratulations to Nate Richards, our champion. And shortly here, we're going to go down to Serenity for a quick word with our winner right here on the broadcast.
Third. All right, Nate, this is your third time being here. How was the energy this time?
Awesome. It's always awesome in Memphis. Yeah.
You jumped 5.72 just off of your PR, but how were you just trying to lock in for a meet like this? Because it's a different type of meet than just being at the track.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a bigger meet, but I jump with these guys a lot. We're all good friends. The energy was awesome. Crowd was great. The rest took care of itself.
The camaraderie with the pole vaulters is always so great. Why is that?
I don't know. There's a dangerous element to it, and so I think it brings people together. We all want to do well. It's us versus the bar, not us versus each other. And yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course. Now we're right here in the heart of Memphis, right here on Beale Street. Why do you think it's so important to show passer goers what you do?
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't get up close and personal with track. When you see people jumping 18 feet next to the stoplight, it kind of puts it in perspective. So I think it's a really unique event, and again, stoked to be a part of it.
All right, thank you so much, Nate. Congratulations on your win. Go, kiss baby, shake hands, do the whole 9 yards.
Thank you so much.
All right, back to y'all.
A great day of competition down here on Beale Street. The men's and women's pole vault competition in night 1 of the Ed Murphey Classic. We will see you all tomorrow for the main event at the track. And on behalf of everybody here, I'm Rob Vermillion, signing out. See you tomorrow.
Ally helps millions spend smarter and save more for the things that matter most to them. That's why we're the bank that's your ally.